Today I'm going to be showing you how to connect n8n to WhatsApp. I'll show you the full process, so we'll walk through how to connect the credentials first, and then I'll build a live agent right in front of you just to show you how it works. So if we come into n8n and we add our WhatsApp trigger, we're going to set it to on messages. So anytime we receive a message in WhatsApp, this is going to fire. If we add it, we can see that we don't actually have a credential set up yet. So that's what we need to do within the Meta Business Suite. So let's go do that now. Now, the first thing you want to do is come to business.facebook.com and it will bring you up to a page similar to this. You're going to come over to the top left over here and you're going to set up a business portfolio. If you haven't already, you're just going to come to create a business portfolio here. And then you're going to enter a name for it. So this could literally just be your business name. So I'm going to enter it now. And then you're going to enter some details, your first name, last name, and your business email. It might ask you to verify your number if you haven't already at the top here. So just make sure you do that. Once you've entered your information, just hit create. Then it's going to bring you to this page and you can just hit skip. You can hit skip once more and then hit confirm. Now it's going to bring you into your business portfolio. You're going to come to the bottom where it says settings. And then once you're there, you're going to come down to apps. Now this is where we're going to set up our integration with n8n. So you're going to click add here. And then you're going to create a new app ID. Then you're going to go create app. You're going to put a name for the app. So this can literally just be anything. And I'm going to name it n8n test since that's what we're doing today. Then click next. And for use cases, you're going to go to others at the bottom here. And you're going to click the one right at the bottom, which says other. And you're going to click next. Then when it gives you two options between business and consumer, you're just going to click business and then you're going to click next. Once you've done that, just make sure all your information is correct. You've got your contact email in there, you've got the right business portfolio, and then just click create app. It's going to prompt you to enter your password once more before you create the app. So you just want to enter that. And then once you've done that, you hit submit. Now, once you hit submit, it's going to bring you to this dashboard over here where your app will be set up. And this is where we can grab our first set of credentials. WhatsApp's a little bit confusing in that you need two different types of credentials, one for receiving messages and one for sending. So we'll do one for receiving first. We're going to go to basic on the left over here under app settings. And over here, it's going to give us our app ID and it's going to give us our app secret. We're going to copy these two and we're going to put them straight into n8n for us to save, and then we can then use it to receive messages from WhatsApp. So we're going to copy the app ID first. Then within n8n, we're going to open up the node. We're going to go to select credential, create new credential, and we're going to paste it in this box that says client ID. We're going to paste it right here. And we're going to do the same thing with the client secret. So let me grab that right now. We're going to click show. It's going to show you your app secret. You don't want to share this with anyone because it's kind of like a password. So you're going to copy this and then you're going to paste this within n8n as well. Come over into here, client secret, paste it straight into there and then click save and it should connect the app successfully. Now to test this out, Meta gives us a test phone number that we can actually send messages to, but we need to authorize our own phone number to actually send to it. So what we're going to do now is come over to Facebook. And under WhatsApp, we're going to go to API setup just on the left here. And then over here, you see it gives us a test number, but we also need to set up the recipient phone number, which is what we're going to send to the test number. So you're going to come down here, you're going to come manage phone number list. You're just going to type in your number. So I'm in the UK, so it's GB +44. I'm going to type in my number here. You're going to click next. Then we're going to have to verify it. Let me see what the code was. Now, once you verified it, we see we got our test number set up and we've got our phone number set up. So what we're going to do now is send a message to this number and see if our n8n workflow triggers and receives it. But before that, we just need to activate the workflow so it's ready for it. So it's going to come over here. We're going to go publish and publish. And then now we can try this and see if our n8n workflow receives it. Now within WhatsApp, we're going to start a new chat with this number. So we're going to come over here. We're going to go to phone numbers and we're going to type in the number here. We can just copy and paste it from Facebook. So we'll just get that here, paste it into here. And it should detect the contact for us. And then we're just going to send a message to it. So I'm just going to say, hello. Now, if we look back in n8n and look at our executions, you should see we should have received the message here. From now, we can copy it to the editor. And from here, we can basically just do whatever we want. So whether you want an AI agent, whether you want it to be a simple response, whether you want it, whatever you want to do, you're now able to do that because you have the message within WhatsApp. So now if we open this up, we can see in the WhatsApp trigger, we can see that we've got who sent it, the name, you can see the number that it got sent from, and then you can see the body or the text that was sent in this message as well. Now we need to set up the credential that actually responds to this message. So if we go to add a new node here and we go to WhatsApp Business Cloud, and we're going to go to send message. From here, we can go to select credential, we can go to create new credential, and you see we need to set up a new one for this one that actually sends the message. So we're going to come back to Facebook over here, and then we're going to scroll up all the way to the top of the page. So you're going to go to generate access token. So this is the part that maps to access token at the top here. So I'm going to go generate. It's going to ask you your password, so you're going to enter that again. For me, I've already done it, but for here we'll just say connect. So for me it's reconnect. Then you're just going to copy this access token here. So you're going to go copy, you're going to paste this right into here. Then it's going to ask for your business account ID. So we're going to go back to Facebook once again, and your business account ID is just down here. So under the test number, WhatsApp business account ID, you're going to copy this, you're going to paste it right into here, and then you're just going to click save, and that will connect completely fine. Now that we've got our credentials set up, we can test sending a message. So we tested receiving, we're going to test sending now. So we're going to open up this node here. Recipient's number is going to map to this field over here. So the from number, we're going to pull that straight into recipient's phone number over here. And we're going to select the sender phone number as the test number. And then the text body is whatever you want it to be. So this could be a mapped response from an AI agent. But now we're just going to say hello once again. We're going to publish this to save it. And now what should happen is if we message the WhatsApp agent, it's going to respond with hello since it's hard coded. So let's test that out right now. So I'm going to go back to the WhatsApp. I'm going to say hello, give it a sec. And then it's going to respond with the hard coded message as hello. So now we've got WhatsApp perfectly set up. So let's create an agent just to show you what you can do with this. So why don't we build an agent that books appointments? So we'll have an agent that if you message it and have a conversation with it, they're able to book in an appointment for whatever it is. So let's start that now. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a Google Sheet. We're going to go sheets.new, and we're going to create a little database. So we're going to go first name, I'm going to go last name, I'm going to go time, I'm going to go email, and we're going to go description. So I guess this is our little database or our CRM for our appointments. So we've got the person's first name, their last name, the time of the appointment, the email, and the description. So back in n8n now, we can insert a little intermediate step between these two nodes. So we're going to add an AI agent. I'm going to go AI agent. And then we're going to change the chat trigger node, and we're going to define it below. So instead of it just being from the n8n like default chat trigger, we're going to change it to so the message is from the WhatsApp trigger. So we're going to map this into here. So now the AI agent receives whatever message was from the left. So now we're going to prompt the AI agent so it actually knows what its purpose is. So what it's going to need to do is start a conversation with the user, ask them a couple questions to actually get the information that we need for the appointment. And then we're going to give it a tool. So we're going to give it a Google Sheet tool so we can actually put the information in the Google Sheet for us. So we're going to go to add option over here. We're going to go to system message. And I'm just going to type out the prompt really quickly. Cool. So here's our simple prompt. So you just told it at the top that it's an assistant that helps a company with booking appointments. We've told it which information it needs to collect from the customer. And then we told it just has a Google Sheet tool that it will use to insert the information into our little table and a little tracker. Cool. Now we can go down here and we can connect a chat model. So we're going to go ahead and connect, well, it's going to be anything really, but we're just going to connect Anthropic. We're going to collect Claude. Well, they have a new model that came out today, actually, Claude Opus 4.6. So we're going to try that. And we're going to go to memory so we can actually keep track of the conversation. So we're going to add it here. I don't actually have the option for simple memory. If you're on a normal n8n instance, you will see n8n simple memory, so you can just click that. But I will just go ahead and click Postgres, and I've already got a table set up, but we're going to change the session key from the connected chat trigger node to define below. And we're just going to have the key as the phone number that the message is coming from. So we're going to map that straight into there. Then we're going to give it the tool. So this is the one that's going to allow the AI agent to actually put the information into the Google Sheet for us so we can actually track which appointments have been created. So we're going to click the plus over here. I'm going to type in Google Sheets. Then we're going to select the document for which we need to put the information into. So I've called it WhatsApp n8n. So I'm just going to type that into here. We're going to select that. Sheet, I think it was just sheet 1. And then we're going to change this from get rows, and we're going to go to append row in the document. So append row, it's going to fetch the columns for us. And for each of these, we're just going to let the model define the parameter. So we're going to click on this for each one. So now it's the AI that decides what gets filled into each of these columns. But for each of these, we can actually add a description to give the AI a little bit of context for what actually goes into each column. Cool. Now, once a description is given for each of these, we can actually go ahead and test this out. So we're going to click out of this node here, and we're just going to test this out real quick, just so we get the response and we can put it into the send message node so we can actually map its response. So I'm going to go execute workflow. I think we already had hello in there, so we'll see what it says to hello. So we'll go execute workflow and see what it says. And then it will come out with, hello, welcome, I'd be happy to help you book an appointment. Cool. So now we can map this response and put it into the send message node. So this will be the one that is received by the user. So we're gonna go into here and we're gonna change this to the other node because it's no longer the node before. We have to change how it's mapped. So we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna go to WhatsApp trigger and we're gonna put it again from this from number. And instead of it being a hello this time, it's gonna be the output from the AI agent. So we're gonna get rid of hello and we're just gonna map it straight from the AI agent's output. I'm gonna put it straight into here. Now we've got an agent pretty much set up and ready to go. So we can test this out. We're gonna go publish. I'm gonna go publish it once again. And then if we go within WhatsApp now, we can test and see what the response will be. So we're just gonna go and say hello. Let's see what it says in response to that. I should receive the message fine now and send us a message back. Hi there, I'd love to help you schedule an appointment to get started. Could you please provide me with your first name and last name? So we're just gonna go John Doe. See what it says to that now. Nice to meet you, John. Could you please provide the following date and time? We're gonna go Friday. What's the date today even? Friday 6th of February at 12 p.m. My email is john.doe@gmail.com and my appointment is a haircut. Let's see what it says to this. So it's probably just inserting everything now. It's gonna confirm with us, make sure everything's correct. First name John, last name Doe, the date and time, email and description is haircut. Does everything look correct? If so, go ahead and I'll book for you. And I'll say, yes, go ahead and book for me. It's probably just inserting everything now. So we'll go ahead and check the Google Sheet and see if everything's been put in correctly. Cool, our appointment has been successfully booked. So if we can go to Google Sheets now, you can see that the information was inserted correctly. So we've got John Doe, we've got Friday, February 6th at 12 p.m. We've got their email and we've got their haircut. Of course, this is completely simple. You can make it as complicated as you want. This isn't even connected to Google Calendar or anything like that. This is just to show you what even is possible with these AI agents. And that is basically it for this video. If you do have any problems with Meta Business Suite or with n8n itself, just let me know in the comments and I'll try my best to answer as quick as possible. Apart from that, I'll be coming with more videos soon to do with Claude Code and n8n this time. So stay tuned for that and I'll see you guys in the next one. Now, a caveat with setting up WhatsApp in this way is that the access token that we use for sending messages isn't long-lived and it's only temporary. So I'll go ahead and show you how to make it permanent right now. So you want to come to configuration just on the left here, is right below API setup. Probably can't see it because it's behind my camera. Go to this page and scroll all the way down. You want to click on learn how to create a permanent token. So we'll click straight on that. It's going to open up a new page for us. Then I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom. So I'm going to go down, down, down to navigate to business settings. You want to click this link right here and it will take you to another new page. Now, once this page is open, you want to go to system users on the left hand side and you want to click add. Just click I accept on anything it brings up. Click done. And you're just going to enter a system name. So this could just be just your name. So I'm going to enter my name. Going to set it to admin and you're going to create a system user. So once it's loaded, you want to go to assign assets on the bottom here. Then you want to select your app as well as the WhatsApp business account. So we want it to have full control of both so then we can actually generate a token. So we're going to select the app that we just created, full control, and we're going to select this. We're going to go to WhatsApp accounts, select the WhatsApp account, scroll down and select everything once again. Then we're going to assign assets. Once that's done, you're just going to hit done. And then once you've done that, you're now able to generate a token. So we're going to go generate token here. Going to select the app that we just created. Then we're going to set it to never expire. So rather than 60 days, don't want it to expire. We're going to click next. And permissions, we're going to scroll down and we're going to pick these three. So we're going to go WhatsApp business management, WhatsApp business manage events, and WhatsApp business messaging. Go for business management as well. And once you've done that, you're going to click generate token. And this is our token here. You just want to copy this and then you want to come back to n8n. And we're going to go to the node that actually sends the message. So not the one that triggers the workflow. And we're going to go to the one that sends the message. Then we're going to come down here. You're going to paste the access token in here. And then you're just going to hit save. Now once that's done, you can see the connection was tested successfully. And now we have a token that doesn't expire. So we can actually keep developing our workflow.